Chris Palme here, longtime fan of the Detroit Pistons since 1981, and I'm going to say the Pistons again last night lost 123-91 to Orlando for the Pistons' 19th consecutive loss, which is a franchise record, and the team record unofficially is the 79-80, 80-81 Pistons that lost 21 games in a row as well. Since Tom Gores took over the Pistons in 2010. The Pistons haven't won a playoff game since he's owned the team. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008, and he continuously hires the wrong GMs, the wrong coaches, and they continue to draft the wrong players. And as far as I'm concerned, I think it's time for Tom Gores to sell the team. And Troy Weaver, the GM, has had one of the worst records in Detroit sports history of the general manager, even worse than Matt Millen as well. And Monty Williams, they gave him, a 6 or 7 year contract, $78 million. Monty Williams has not done a very good job in Detroit as well. So the Pistons started out the season 2-1, optimistic a little bit, and now they're 2-20, and their next game is Monday night against Indiana. And right now, their last home game, they had just over 12,000 fans at Little Caesars Arena. I predict by the end of December, January, they'll average less than 10,000 a game as well. It's just sad to see how much Tom Gores has destroyed this Pistons franchise since he's took it over in 2010, and it's obviously not working with general manager Troy Weaver, and Monty Williams is not the right fit, and they're basically ruined the young career of Cade Cunningham as well. So being a Pistons fan right now, 2-20, there's nothing to be optimistic about, and their next game's against Indiana Monday at Little Caesars Arena as well. So, all right, guys, I am going to be doing a live with CDP Sports Talk this week with Greg Uno, who's covered the Detroit Pistons for over 53 years in Detroit, Wednesday night at 7:30. I'll talk to you guys soon for my promo with Greg. And again, the Pistons just continue to keep losing 19 in a row, and I guess they're looking for 20 in a row on Monday against Indiana. I really hope something happens. And what concerns me about this franchise is the ownership's not saying anything. The general manager's not saying anything. And it's just awful basketball. And the worst part is, not just the losing part as a Pistons fan, this franchise is not even competing. They're not even competing. And I'm strongly doubting they could beat a G League team right now as well. So something has got to change in Detroit, and this franchise was one of the best franchises in the NBA in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s, and now 2-20. So, all right, guys, we'll talk soon, and I'm looking forward to my show on Wednesday at 7:30 with Greg Eno, a longtime Detroit media personality and host of his own podcast show, and we're going to be talking Pistons basketball. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.